Triathlons has been running a series. It was a few months ago leading into the spring, top 5 newcomers for each school. Who do we expect to make that impact for LSU and amongst the newcomers? Who tops that list? Carter, where are you going for that first and foremost?
Yeah, so obviously you start at the quarterback position, and if Jayden Daniels plays like 2019 Jayden Daniels and he is the guy, LSU will be a 9-win team. 8 or 9-win team at its floor. But if you get the last of what Jayden Daniels was doing last year, lots of turnovers, and a lot of that was Arizona State's dysfunction that added to that. If you get that Jayden Daniels, Mark, you're not going to win a lot of games. So, as far as newcomers are concerned, obviously Jayden Daniels would have the biggest impact if he is indeed the guy. But what's very interesting is there's a difference between like a transfer portal newcomer like a Greg Brooks or a Jarek Bernard Converse and a true freshman newcomer. And to me, Mark, the biggest story from the spring was a true freshman left tackle will be starting for LSU next year, and Will Campbell. So, as far as like the transfer portal guys, you feel pretty comfortable about a lot of those guys stepping in and being good. But as far as newcomers and their ceiling, Will Campbell, who was a top 50 recruit, one of the best offensive tackles ever in the state of Louisiana, to me, he's the guy that you got to look out for because he is going to be out there every single snap playing one of the most physically demanding positions in the sport.
Absolutely, with Will Campbell. I mean, the dude's about to be starting left tackle in the SEC as a freshman. I mean, get out of here. But I'm also to kind of switch from there. I'm gonna go with cornerbacks here. Makai Garner, could he be that shutdown corner that LSU were looking for? I mean, Brian Kelly, 5 feet away from me, called him an NFL cornerback. An NFL cornerback. He said he is an NFL cornerback. And that is mostly what I saw. I saw him get beat a few times and him unleash some expletives and just frustration and agony from getting beat. And then the next play, you'd be making some nice wrap-up tackle on Cole Taylor, a huge tight end. Or, I really want to see if Makai Garner can back up the hype, back up what we've seen. I think he can. I think he's that good. Terence Welch, though. LT Welch is a freshman. Can he come in and provide some type of competition at cornerback? Can he come in there and maybe even start some games? It'll be very interesting to see how LSU, with injuries, things like that, how depth is affected at cornerback. Will we move Greg Brooks Jr. from nickelback to corner? He's someone to keep your eye on as well. Forced 4 turnovers during the spring. It was just a ball hawk everywhere. I really like to see Greg Brooks Jr. and see what he brings to the table. Makai Wingo, though, up front, DT, I think more than stat stuffing and stuff like that. I really think Makai Wingo can be an absolute beast up front who's just influential. Drawing those double teams, allowing, Ojolari, Guy, even Jaquelin Roy to really go in there and attack the quarterback. And we're going to see Wingo really, I think, be an influential supporting role. Maybe off the bench more than starting, but I think Wingo will be pretty high impact newcomer. And at quarterback, Jayden Daniels, of course, but I so many questions with Jayden Daniels, so many things going on. And when I see him, there's so many directions I feel like his career as a Tiger could go. It's just, I think with the quarterbacks, like you were talking about, I think they're just going to see who the best man will be throughout all of summer and fall camp and just finally pin it down. Maybe only even a week or so before week 1. We might not even know until they come out the tunnel or something like that. Who the hell knows, Carter? It'll be weird.
Yeah, and, one thing to add on to that, the one position, Mark, over the last couple seasons was that was injured the most was defensive back. And a lot of those defensive backs had injury history. So, once again, you go back to the transfer portal. LSU would be in a really, really, really bad spot if they did not have the portal. And to have all these defensive backs, which, you got to have in the SEC, LSU with DBU, you had that moniker. Hopefully these transfers, who, by the way, are all from Louisiana, some of them were overlooked recruits. Some of them were those mystical 3-star Louisiana guys. Yeah. They all came back home. So we'll see how that experiment works. And if it does work really well, LSU will probably shift their recruitment and look more to some more Louisiana 3-stars that go perform elsewhere and come back home. And, you know, you have fans. I saw a Florida fan in here, you know, a little bit earlier. A few of Billy Napier's best players are Louisiana 3-stars, Osiris Torrance and Montrell Johnson. So, you know, it's very interesting how that works. How many great, like, these hidden gems from the state of Louisiana go out and be great. And now you can come back home immediately if you want to play for the LSU brand. So it's a different world, Mark, as you've covered on your channel.